Okay, awesome. Yeah, so basically with peptides, like we kind of touched on in the initial information blah was really peptides can help us support our body in the goals that we're taking action towards, right? So as long as we are doing the things to solidify our nutrition, our lifestyle, right? We are building that foundation. Peptides are amazing. So peptides are not the band-aid, right? So let's talk about like people that are like, "Oh, I'm just going to take Ozempic."
Right.
Right. And it's no lifestyle change. It's like, okay, and you're gonna lose fat and you're gonna lose a lot of muscle. But then when
Mhm.
you come off of it, you're still eating the same way, you're still sleeping like shit. Right. So all of those things that we touch on, that we focus on in here, set us up to be in a really nice place to incorporate something like peptides that work naturally with our body to support us in getting to our goals. So basically what we would do is we would set up like a one-on-one call. So like since you and I are here right now, right? It's like, okay, we know what your goals are, right? And so for you, you have some like lingering things with injuries,
Hmm.
right? So something like BPC 157 and TB 500 would be amazing for you, right? Regenerate the tissue, causing the blood flow to go to that area. And it's a healing. Those two work together as like a healing synergistically. And then, and so I'm doing this with you because you're the only one here
Yeah.
to give you like kind of a glimpse of what we would do on the one-on-one, right? It's something
Yeah.
like KPV is another one that strongly reduces systematic inflammation. So we want to look at what we want to do in that aspect, right? What is it that we want to support the body in doing that we can? So be healing. And
Hmm.
then also, right? So if you're wanting to, let's say, so I'll use Aaron for example. So Aaron was like, I got some shit with like ADHD going on. Like I can't focus, like squirrel, right? And then I have like anxiety sometimes throughout the day. So there's cognitive peptides as well. So like CMAX and Selenk. So I just started taking those, and those we reconstitute them as nasal sprays. So the one is like, I mean, it's neuroprotective, but it also they use it in they use it in many other countries, and they've been using them since the 80s for Alzheimer's, dementia. And the research and the studies are like they're mind-blowing. It's like, oh, of course we don't use that in
Of
America.
course. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because that would help
Yeah.
everybody, and we wouldn't have those sicknesses, diseases, and they wouldn't be able to make money on us,
Hmm.
right? So, things in that manner. And so with that, so during our call, we would really narrow it down to like where do we want to start?
Hmm.
Because we want to start where like our primary focus would be, right? So for you, I would say we would start with a healing stack
Hmm.
and maybe even add in like one or two for like just a general like a beauty step, right? If it's hair, skin, nails, copper, right? Um, and then with that, we would go from there and we would go through um, like the dosing of them. So I would create all of this for you. So we come out of the call and be like, okay, we're going to start with, say, like these three peptides, right? And typically we want to do peptides, you're going to see the result from the peptide in 3 months. You're going to start to notice things in the first 4 weeks, and then 6 to 8 weeks, you'll notice more. But the full, like, oh, here it is like 3 weeks, right? Because it's a build in your system. And remember, if we're doing something, we're focusing on something like healing, right? We'll use when I had my procedure, for example. It's not oh, I'm going to take this peptide and all of a sudden, like, my scars are going to be healed.
Right.
right? It speeds it up. It supports the body so that she can do it faster. Okay. And so what I found also with me is like that 3 month mark is like, whoa, it's all
Yeah.
here. And then it continues to compound, right? So I would set up your doses, the timing of them. I would go through with you and we would do this all video, like meeting, how to reconstitute them because they come in like little vials with the powder. How
Hmm.
do we do that? So there's certain ways to do it so that you're not disrupting the peptides, how to store them, right? So all the tips and tricks that if like when I first started, I was like, oh, I just put them in the refrigerator and
Yeah.
like, no, oh, I just inject them like this and like I'm disrupting the peptides, right? So all
Okay.
little hacks. How to, well, you're a nurse, you know how to do injections.
Yeah.
So you'd be good with that. But also too, like for the women that like you don't like needles. I get it. I don't like needles either. Terrified of them. So within that, teaching you how to do the injections properly, where to do them, but also having somebody there with you while you're doing it or doing it together, right? So we're also going to have a community for all of the women that are, doing the peptides. And I'll have a time in the morning and I'll have a time in the evening where, okay, hey, like if you're going to inject, we can all do that together,
Hmm.
right? So it's kind of like call it an injection party, but
Yeah.
it's like you don't feel so. So when I first started, I'd stand there and be like, one,
Yeah.
two, three, three, two, one.
Yeah.
What do? It's like if you have that support,
Sure.
right? It's much easier. Um, Also how to keep like a progression log, right? And a really important thing with peptides because they affect everybody differently because everybody's body is different, right? I could have a result from, something like retatrutide. I feel phenomenal, right? And then you may take it and you're like, uh, no, I kind of feel like my stomach feels just kind of like blah. Like I just feel flat, right?
Mm.
So how to keep those and then also we have check-ins with it, right? So of course you're keeping a log for yourself for your data so that we can look back on that and say, okay, are we going to change this? Are we going to increase the dose? Are we going to lessen the dose? But that log that you keep is so important because when we do have the check-in, you can look back because with peptides, it's like it can change week to week how you feel. You can
Mhm.
feel, let's just say, like with one of the precursors for growth hormone, like epimorelin or tesamorelin, right? You can sleep like a badass for like, let's say 10 days. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, I woke up like once a night for the past 5 nights, and I'm not really sure why. Right. So then we look at the dose, like, okay, we have you on, 250 micrograms and it's been for X long. Okay. So let's increase it by, 50 micrograms. And then we're making that small change. And then you're recording, oh, and then that night I slept amazing again. Right. So the importance of that is huge because up here and right.
Yeah.
It's challenging to keep all of that in order. Plus the food that we're eating, the walking, the water.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good.
Mhm. Yeah. And then we would do check-ins separate from the check-ins that we have here. Like, of course, we would include, like, if you had something that you wanted to touch on based on the peptides, right? Of course, include that in your check-in, but we'll also have space for just the peptides so that we can talk specifically about them, the results, how you're feeling, any questions, all of that. Because we always want to keep the finger on the pulse of that as well
Mhm.
because we're prompting our body to create more of what she already creates. So it's not like oh, here, just do this for the next 3 months. Bye. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you have any questions on any of that I just dumped a whole lot on you.
I don't think so. Like we said, I would totally be interested in the healing, what were we calling it? The repair,
Okay.
157. And then what was it called? Tesamorelin? Tesamorelin? I was
Testosterone.
I was reading something that maybe that one helps with like visceral fat. Not that I'm definitely not wanting to like just go on and be like, oh, fat loss, because I'm already working on that in my other goals. So
Mhm.
like I don't want to lose that piece there.
Yeah.
So it's more, but more like focusing those peptides or to focus on like that visceral type,
Yeah.
since that's helpful for my body, kind of in the background.
Yeah.
Oh.
So testosterone's one of my favorite ones because of that fact that it's a precursor to growth hormone. So it's going to mimic the pulse of your own bodies, right? Secreting the growth hormone while you sleep, but also targeting the visceral fat. And I noticed that with that one, I mean, you sleep deeper, right? So your recovery is better. You're pumping the growth hormone. So you're in a better place to build muscle. You have the nutrition coming in properly. And we're targeting the visceral fat. So it's kind of like a triple whammy. It's like sleep, muscle growth, visceral fat. Um, and it doesn't mess with appetite at all. It doesn't, for many women, it doesn't cause, like ipamorelin can cause a little bit of water retention. For me, tesamorelin hasn't shown me that. And I feel really good with it because I'm
Hmm.
sleeping so well. So I think that would be a nice with the healing stack,
Hmm.
adding that in. Yeah,
Yeah.
be a good starting point too.
Yeah, and just keeping it somewhat simple. I mean, I'm open to like continuing to learn more about others and adding, but I am one that, like I'll add a supplement and I'll it'll be a month or more before I even think about adding any other kind of supplements or something, just because I want to see, like
Yeah,
I have to really feel or see the difference with using those. So,
that's good. So you're the
yeah.
opposite of me. I'm like, full send, give me all the
Yeah.
peptides and let's start them all at one time, maximum dose. Like,
Yeah.
no, not the best
Yeah.
way with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So simple is good to me. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Other
Yeah.
than that, like, yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about needles or anything, so.
I figured like you'd be easy. Be like, oh,
Uh,
you don't even have to teach me how to do it. I'm
I
good.
know we used to like give ourselves IVs and stuff. Like, so I'm like, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. These
The
needles are, I
tiny
think,
needle.
the only
Yeah.
needles that I can give myself. IV, no.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do that.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
kind
if
of
they were
hardcore.
any bigger than they are,
A
no.
little tiny. Yeah.
No, I've just gotten to do like intramuscular and I'm like, okay with
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
yeah, and that's still even like, okay, go.
I know.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so if you want to move forward, or if anyone wants to move forward with that, basically what we would do, again, we would set up that call, we would have that, we would go through your goals. I would recommend those peptides. And there's a couple different places we can get the peptides. So I have the peptides, and then I also have a company that I'm affiliated with that has the peptides as well. It depends which ones. Um, and yeah, we would set everything up. So to do that, so the initial setup would be 333, and then the monthly would be 111 a month.
Okay.
And that would just continue for as long as we did the peptides for,
Okay.
right? So like if we did well, yeah, that would just continue for as long as
Yeah.
we have the peptide check-ins.
So it's not by the amount of peptide, it's just by the like participation.
Yeah, yeah. So that would be my like my setup, like the call and then the check-ins. So the peptides, and I mean you don't have to get the peptides through me or the companies that I'm associated with. You can get them with another one if you want to.
Hmm.
But yeah, the peptide cost that's separate from that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And if if you do choose to go in the route of getting the peptides from somewhere else, you just want to make sure that they're third party tested, 99% purity, because it is something that, you're putting in your body to
Hmm.
signal your body to do something. So if there's a little bit off, it's like we don't know what that signaling could be doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to look at my monies.
Yeah, just let me know.
Yeah, for
Let me
sure.
know and we can set it up.
So it'll be it'll be like a group call
No,
to
so you and I, so let's say you're
yeah.
like, yeah, I want to move forward with it. You and I are going to have a call to go through your goals specifically. Because
Okay.
yeah, we want to have the conversation of that
Right.
and dig into
Separate.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And make sure you're comfortable with what it is that we're going to do, all of that. And then I'll also send you additional information on the peptides that we are going to use. That way you can start to research and really learn what they are, how they work, what you can expect, the timelines, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That'd be good. Okay. Cool. Well, yeah, I'm going out of town Thursday, so I'll have lots of time to sit and think about it.
Yeah. Okay,
Think,
good.
or, marinate
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, feel into it. See how it feels.
Cool. Good.
Excellent. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay, yes. All right. Still, if you feel, do you feel complete or do you have any more questions?
Yeah, no, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for the call.
Yeah, of course. All right, cool. And then
Okay.
I'll probably see you in about 10 minutes.
Yep, I'll get
Okay.
some stuff done and I'll see you again.
Excellent. All right,
Okay,
my love.
thanks. Bye.
Bye.